Hi, I'm Jayne of the Jungle. This is my float vlog. A lot of people are curious about floating, and I want to share it with the whole world.
I like to sit in my car a lot and do random things like eat a big bag of peas that I found at a farm stand or drink my carrot juice while I journal and stuff. And it frustrates me when other people park in the public parking lot next to me. I wish my car was like my own little private privacy dome, but it's not. Oh, that car next to me left. These peas I just got. I'm hell excited, they're so good. Hi, if you've never met me before, I'm Jayne. Today I'm doing a vlog about my float experience at True Rest Float Spa. If you've never floated before, this is a great way for you to see how it's gonna go if you're curious about it, because it's one of the best things out there to do on earth. So I brought with me to the float spa a change of clothing. They have really good conditioner in there, and I just use their conditioner. If you want to bring your own hair products, I would do that. Or lotion, or I usually use grapeseed oil, but I forgot it today, and they do have good lotion in there. They use the EO brand, the essential oil brand, out of Marin here in California. I am okay with that brand, so I just use their products. But if you want your own products, I would bring those. I would bring loose clothing for afterward. Don't bring yoga pants and you're all warm and sticky. It's like trying to put on tight clothing after a bath, you know? And make sure that you're not in a rush when you leave this place. You don't want to drive away all float high, because you can be a danger to society. Come with me while I float. Well, it's my first time vlogging like this, and it's embarrassing. Oh, they're not open yet. I'm too early for my float appointment, so I'm going to show you this book that I'm reading right now. I bring books with me everywhere. A graphic novel that helps to explain what's going on in the detention camp that the United States is currently still running. This place is beautiful. Sorry, Ross, I didn't put those bottles away for this shot. I actually had a job here for a little while just to support my floating habit. Hello, good morning. This is the Oasis room, the lounge area for you to hang out in after your float or to enjoy the oxygen bar. You choose an essential oil scent, you get a brand new cannula, you sit in the chair on the side, and then you huff oxygen while you come back to life after your float. So you get your own private room, a towel, some petroleum jelly to put over any cuts. Hopefully you remember not to shave today so you don't have a bad time. Hey, you gotta grow this channel somehow. I'm just kidding. But floating does involve nudity and, can't help being sexy. What the? That's not my real hair. I fooled you. Lies. All lies. Okay, before you get in the shower, while you're still dry, you gotta put the earplugs in really well, otherwise you'll have an annoying time with water in your ears. Here goes nothing, just kidding. There's a reason for my gratuitous shower scene, okay? It is spa courtesy to always shower before entering the pod. And the lighting was dramatic for this shot. I like to bring the little towel with me into the pod and dry my face off before I get in. That way if you get any salt in your face, you can use the towel. On the left side there's a little water bottle. You can spray fresh water if you happen to get salt in your eyes. The lid opens and closes easily with hydraulic hinges. When I first get in the pod, I like to push against the edges with my feet and hands. That way you can find the center so you're not bumping against the edges. You can also choose to float in silence or with music. I prefer the calming soundtracks just to give my mind something to focus on. In this day, I chose the rain and gentle crystal bowls and nature sounds. The blue ring I'm laying on is called a float halo. You can use it or not. You can float easily without it. I used to float without them. Nowadays, I like them. It's all up to you. You could easily fall asleep in the pod safely and you will not drown. You can push your head back in the water and it will pop right back up like a cork. It's amazing. There's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts in every pod. I had the color changing lights on for cool footage, but usually I prefer to float in the darkness. Every float is completely different. Sometimes I just fall asleep, but most of the time I do creative visualization where I imagine beautiful things that I want to come true, and I pretend that they've already come true with intense gratitude. In this particular day, while I was floating, making this video, I imagined myself surrounded by people giving me money. Right at the end of my float, I checked my phone and I noticed that I made a sale while I was in the pod. I've done this multiple times. It's an amazing place to imagine and create. At the end of the float, the music softly comes back on and it feels like I'm slowly coming back to earth.
There is a gentle voice that tells you that your float is ending, and the music comes back on to get you out of your float gently. Shortly after the voice warns you the float is ending, the filter will turn on and it can be loud and jarring, so I recommend you listen to the voice. Some people I've spoken to about floating are concerned that they would feel claustrophobic in the pod, but really it is very spacious inside and the lid lifts easily with these hydraulic hinges. The pod is a sanctuary for me. I often compare it to a pause button where I can truly take a break from thinking, acting, doing. The weightless feeling of floating allows my nervous system to deeply relax. In our normal waking state, we are in alpha and beta brainwave states. When we get into the float, we move into a theta brainwave state, which is a suggestible subconscious programming state, perfect for feeding yourself affirmations. The darkness and clarity provided in the pod is like a perfect blank slate for manifestation. Thank you for watching my vlog, for liking, subscribing, commenting on when you're going to go float. Have a great day. Appreciate you.